Alright guys, we're back. We got ourselves some black coffee with a little bit of sugar in it. I just got done doing a how-to video on how to make your own menthol grinder. And so I got a fresh batch of menthol in from my menth dealer. His name is Chris Menth. And so Chris is a good guy. Menth is his last name. He hooked it up. 2 more ounces of crystal mint in my shave den. And so we're going to be using some Planet Kind from Gillette. We're going to add a little bit of menthol to it. So first time using Planet Kind to the skin and the planet. So I like that Gillette is doing a shaving brush a lathering shaving cream, and it says infinitely recyclable metal, Gillette. And then I'll give you a look at the kind of motto and ingredients in the back. Now this is made with cucumber and vitamin E. It does have a pleasant mellow scent. It's just a fresh, mellow, pleasant scent, and kind of hard to dislike. I guess if you didn't like cucumber, maybe you know you won't like it, but I thought it's just a pleasant, easy to enjoy scent. It's mellow, it's not very strong, so that's fine. We got a nice looking lather whipped up right here in the 3D printed Roger Quintero bowl. And then we got the Wild West Brushworks handle here. And this one is a synthetic brush with a boss knot on top. And this one's called the Snowdrift handle. You can kind of see the clear and white. And so I'm just going to set that to the side. We got menthol all over the countertop. And I figured I might as well get some menthol out here since we have it everywhere. So I already got some raw and uncut menthol right here. So I'm just going to put it onto this glass top. And then we'll just measure out a nice line of menthol. Now, I've never done anything like this before, so just going to make a nice little line of menthol. That way it's just easier when it comes time to be applied directly around the face and nose area. Just make a nice line right there. And then what we'll do with that, we'll just pour it right into the shave bowl. And we'll get going with our shave. So, I'll incorporate that nice fat line of menthol into my bowl lather here. And we're going to expect to have a somewhat extremely cold shave. That was a nice fat line, huh? Good thing I've been doing crystal menth for a while now. And my tolerance is pretty high. We'll just work that right in. All those menth crystals need to be broken down and incorporated. And that should be good. Alright. Just messing around a little bit today, guys. Hopefully nobody gets too offended. Although I would be a little bit surprised if they're not at least a little offended. So, we got a cold water shave today. And this is going to be a good one. I haven't used the Gillette shaving cream, but I would assume it'll at least be decent. So, let's kind of try to get a nice little bit of this and we'll just see what happens. Now this is a mellow cucumber scent, like I was saying. But one thing that I enjoy about these organic menthol crystals that I bought off Amazon is that they have a scent of their own, but it's not super strong. The scent of the menthol crystals that I bought off Amazon, these organic menthol crystals, they're actually quite mellow themselves. And so when I add it to my shaving soaps and shaving creams, it actually normally, or it hasn't to this point overpowered any of my shaving soaps or shaving creams, the scent. And you can see like chunks of menthol crystal just hanging out that weren't completely broken down. And the level of menthol at this point is already about a medium chill, but it's building. I can feel the chill as it's rising, and this should be interesting. The lather, it's not the most dense lather in the world, but it's not completely airy. It's just not very dense. Anyhow, we're going to use the DE89, and this is it's actually not the DE89, it's like the DE108 or whatever, but it has like a DE89 head. The 108 is just kind of like the model with the white handle, but it's, rest assured, it's the DE89 head. So a very classic razor, and we got a Perma Sharp blade in it with like 2 uses on it already. And the menthol is still building. We're above medium chill now. That's probably what some people would put in their whole tub of 4 ounces of soap, just to give it a little bit of menthol feel. But I just use that much on one shave, just because that is about the level where I get the most enjoyment out of menthol, is when it's at a nice, brisk level of menthol chill. So I wouldn't say this is the highest I've ever been, but we got a nice menthol chill going, rest assured. Above medium. Not the highest I've ever had, but above medium. I think the highest amount of menthol I've ever had thus far was Sterling's Glacial Satsuma, and then I used the mentholated pre-shave, and I believe I added Frost Drops, Sterling's menthol additive that they call Frost Drops. So I used a mentholated pre-shave, a highly mentholated shave soap, and then I added menthol to it. And only then did I realize how cold this shit can really be. And I think what ended up happening during that shave was that at a certain level, I went numb. I went numb to it. It was like building, and then just like, it just like went away. I went numb to it. And so that was interesting. Anyhow, first pass went pretty well. No problems whatsoever. The shaving cream is slick. It's not very dense, so it doesn't have that kind of luxurious face feel, but it definitely was slick, and it was easy to lather, which is pretty common with shaving creams, is that they're easy to lather. They already have a fair bit of moisture in them as is, and so just like 1 or 2 applications of water and a nice bit of agitation will get you a decent looking lather. Like I said, it's not the densest. It doesn't have like that crazy luxurious face feel or anything like that. It's just kind of it sits low to the skin, and it's not very high density, so it's kind of like a unique blend of low structure, low density, which is all right. And it's just funny, you can see all those like granules that were too thick. Apparently I need to spend more time with that blade chopping it down, but I'm used to just taking it raw and uncut like this, so it's not the end of the world. I think maybe if I was doing a warm water shave, they would have melted the crystals a little bit easier. But since we're doing a cold water shave, the crystals were able to keep their structure a little bit better and not melt. But so far, I mean, on the second application, this is when the like high menthol really takes effect. Normally the second lathering is more cold than the first lathering, and I would say now we're into that high menthol level where like this tingling starts to take effect. And that tingling is when I know all right, we've arrived at the high end of the spectrum, because when you're just in that low to medium range of menthol chill, you just kind of get a pleasant cooling sensation. But when you're in the high end of the menthol level, then you start to receive this tingling where your skin is like, okay, buddy, what the fuck is going on here? And so that also, to me, that's also enjoyable. It's like, you know, keep your technique on point because you can't really feel your skin anymore. Your skin has gone numb to everything but the tingle. And when you're going to do an extremely mentholated shave like this, it's kind of nice to use a autopilot type razor, and the DE89 is definitely that. Don't really have to put too much thought into the shaving angle. Don't have to put a ton of thought into how much pressure you're using. I mean, obviously you don't want to be pushing as hard as you would with a cart, but, you know, if you put a little bit more than normal, you'll live. So it's really just an autopilot type razor. You just do your thing, no problem. All right, let's rinse this lather off the face, and it's almost like with all those granules, I can feel the granules on my fingertips. It's almost like I'm getting like a little bit of a exfoliating menthol scrub, which, funny enough, I have a bath soap coming that is a mentholated bath soap from Sterling called Mentha Scrub. So that should be interesting. I've used a glacial menthol bath soap before from Sterling, and I enjoyed it, so I ordered another one. The first one was just a sample, I believe, but the one I ordered is a full-size bar, and so that should be interesting. And it was just called the Mentha Scrub, and so I really look forward to that. I'm gonna try to make sure I keep the water out of my eyes, though, because although I'm not like a squinter, like when I use menthol, I'm not like, ee! I'm not much of a squinter. I can feel it, like I can feel the like tingle on my eyes. I can feel it, but I just don't squint, you know, like I can feel it on my eyes, but I'm not like taken back by how much fucking menthol there is. But damn, that was nice. That was invigorating. So the amount of menthol I put into the lather could have had some negative effects on its density. Menthol is kind of known to kill lathers. Some people even formulate their menthol soaps different than they do their non-mentholated soaps in order to help the lather like longevity and not break down during the course of a shave. And this one, I definitely saw on that second pass there was a little bit less density. The menthol was starting to break down the structural integrity of the lather, but it wasn't super dense to begin with, you know. So you gotta keep that in mind. Anyhow, we're gonna finish off with some Barbus Active. I'm just gonna give this a good shake, and you know what? I think I'm gonna bust out some Barrister and Mann's Terrorade, and we're gonna put a little bit of Terrorade along with the Barbus. And so I'll just take the caps off both of them. This is a maneuver you have to do when you're putting additive into your aftershave. So I'll take the little pipette. I'll get my hand up here, try to keep everything on camera so you know there's no funny business going on. And I'll just put like 1/3 of that pipette. And then we'll take the Barbus Active, which does have a shit stricter. You see how wide that opening is? I'm just going to kind of put my finger over that and kind of restrict the flow just a little bit. And then together here, we will work them in. And we're going to keep this away from our eyes because although the Barrister and Mann's Terrorade doesn't give much of a cooling sensation, in my opinion, it does have a pretty noticeable tingling sensation. And so we're going to keep it away from the eyes. All right. Woo! All right, so that was a very invigorating Sunday morning shave. The Barbus Active, this stuff smells pretty nice actually, and it comes in a nice like flask style bottle, which I think is pretty cool. I wish it had a better restrictor on top, but such is life. Anyways, I'm smelling great, I'm feeling great. I got the tingle, the chill, everything still going on the face. And so it's going to be a while before I finally cool down. But I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed the shave, and I'll catch you on the next one.